for any reason, ever share your private keys, passphrases, passwords, or click suspicious links. Everyone all the time is trying to steal your stuff, so go slow and be careful. There's no point making all this money just to give it to a thief.
Are you tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university-level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
Woo! Brandon, should we as we do our morning salutations, should we try to answer any questions, any super quick questions that might pop up? Those are 2 questions. I don't even have an answer.
Well, here we go. Patsy, where on the lake? I don't know. Let's answer that. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty on that one.
In the deepest parts.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to talk about really quickly as we're getting into this stuff. We're going to get a couple of housekeeping items out of the way. Wabam, wabam, wabam. Okay, so cool things. If you look at the member dashboard here, I know that a lot of you guys are already logged on. You guys are really learning how to do this a lot better. I'm having less and less issues every day, so this is good. So a couple things you'll notice. I actually switched up down here because this player was taking a bit to load, and now it loads in like 5 seconds or less. So that's actually really good time. Now the recent live streams are still here, but I'm actually, what's up?
Philip's question. When the hyper AI boxes, once nodes start splitting, assume that it will probably only hold as far as when you're doing compute, when it's used to do compute, probably 2 nodes per box. In the beginning and for the next several months, when it's just doing tilling, you could have an entire master node there, 512. But that's just for tilling. And tilling, just so you guys know, is just the beacon saying, I'm here, I'm part of the network, and I'm willing to take on compute work. But once these things start splitting, just assume that for compute's sake, till we hear otherwise, about 2 nodes running compute per AI box. The cool thing is you can kind of experiment with it once the network goes live, and then you can decide what you want to do. Do you want to outsource to HyperPG? Do you want to outsource to HyperPools? Do you want to outsource to private facilities? Or do you want to do your own, hardware infrastructure? There you go. All right, carry on.
Well. So as you can see, we have our download section with our nifty little add-ons. I have a couple more to add later today. We have our live stream section, which I'm going to delete later. And the reason so is I've added a new page for each section of these videos. So you can actually click right here where it says click here. You go to the tech tip page, office hour page, 2 fees page with Nick. Live
wait. How come you didn't send me that thumbnail?
Which one?
The red one. That's badass.
Oh, you like that? I just made that last night late.
That's better than mine. Mine just has a stupid post-it note on it.
I'll send it your way. But the thing is, so we do have some of Nick's office hours now posted in the website, so it's easy for convenience for you guys. But what this does is it speeds up the load time of the page because we are actually getting a huge bulk of videos, and it speeds up this player load time, which is really good for us. Furthermore, we're going to do some more things. We want this thing to load as quick as possible, so we're going to keep working on this. Anyway. So that's that housekeeping. Now let's go to the node wallet list. I ended up last night, gas was 11. I ended up dropping so many NFTs last night, late into the night. We only have like 5 left to drop. Well, actually, as of this morning, probably 10 more people now. But below this red line is not dropped. Above the red line is all dropped now. So you can check your wallets. And how do you do that, Nick? Because a lot of people still ask. I'm just going to go randomly paste this address right here. We're going to go to OpenSea. OpenSea. We go ahead and we paste the address in here. We can click on it. Remember, don't push enter, and you can see all the nodes that person's purchased in there. So good to go. Or I can go copy another one right here. Copy, paste, click. You can see all the nodes in that person's wallet. Well, bam.
And Philip, second question. You're asking questions for which we don't have answers because no one's plugged in yet, because the boxes haven't been shipped yet, because physics. So
How much wattage?
until they're plugged in and running, we don't know. We don't know. And you'd say, well, don't they know because they're building it? Yeah, but you don't know until it's actually plugged in what it's actually doing. That's why they give kind of ranges of ratings for like your washer and dryer, because you don't know what loads are going to be put on these devices. So they don't know yet. And when they do, you'll know. Until then, we don't know. That.
Are they sending out emails when you fill out that Google Doc? Do they send an email out?
I'm just plugging everybody directly in.
That's not as automated. You'll notice that Nick and I are really responsive. Sometimes other companies aren't as responsive.
Yeah. All we can do is plug you guys straight into the source. That's like, okay, let's cover this. Let's cover this bullshit about the beta.
Oh, good. I'm glad that we're covering this.
There is no official beta. Okay, that's a made up, and it's fine. Good for Cryptopia. That's a made up thing on Cryptopia. And listen, I'm not smashing them. They're a good group. They're very good for the community. They've been doing a lot to build awareness and all that. But that's a Cryptopia thing. That's not a hypercycle thing. And Cryptopia is not hypercycle. It's not a part of hypercycle. It's a separate entity. Hypercycle doesn't have a special, you got to be in on some secret list beta with, that's just not a thing. It's just made up swamp gas. Hypercycle will release, we just talked about it 8 minutes ago with the executives from Hypercycle. They have a call every Friday, Wednesday and Friday. And they said, we will announce when we're ready. They have a bunch of dApps they're going to roll out, which lets you marry tokens to licenses. They have a bunch of bits of software and stuff along the full stack so that the public can interact with what they're doing privately. But there is no super secret tilling beta that's all bullshit. What there is tilling will come to everybody all at once. Everybody, no one will be cast aside or castigated. Like, everybody will be able to participate from day one. There's not some super secret bullshit going on in one place that no one else can do. They don't go onto some janky Discord and do it. Okay, I think we pretty much nailed that.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, it's clear. I mean, they're using beta just because they can use that word and it sounds cool, which nothing against that at all. It sounds cool and stuff. But I don't want people to get frustrated with I got like 14 questions last night. And it was really frustrating because beta is just their term to use for their little system that they're using. So, Beth, okay, so Andy says something really good here, and this is important to put on screen. This is for a lot of things. A lot of people will email me from the site, and then I'll message them back. Like, I message everybody back, and then they're like, I didn't hear from you. I didn't hear from you. And then finally, I have to end up calling you guys on the phone, which is funny. So I call you guys and say, check your spam box. And guess what? It went to your spam box. So please check your spam box if you can. Even if you know you're expecting an email, it just happens. Sometimes these guys are protecting you from whatever, but it still goes there. Anyway, whatever. And then there's also another important question. Oh, this is something that I want to talk about because I've talked about this multiple times. The reason I'm showing you guys this walkthrough every time how to go on OpenSea is because that's the only place that shows NFTs correctly. MetaMask does not show up your NFTs correctly. MetaMask has tried to integrate an NFT thing where it kind of shows some NFTs, but it's not accurate in any way. It doesn't show the correct things on there, so it doesn't show the number of NFTs owned, especially in 1155 contract. It'll show one instance of every NFT that is owned, but it won't show multiple 1155s that you own, which is important because ultimately Hypercycle is going to be using 1155. So you need to learn how to use OpenSea because it's the only place that you can see things correctly. Even X2Y2 screws up sometimes. So whatever, use OpenSea.
Hey, Brandon.
Your mom. What?
Your mom's in college. It said you should not be sending passwords in clear text through email. Well,
I'm not that worried about it.
yeah, it's
Only that it's not passwords to a financial banking institution, and this is what my platform does. It just sends them out, so it won't cause an issue.
Is the
with what
worry
we're
that
doing.
someone will hack in and watch a free episode of Digital Investor?
I think so. I'm worried
Oh.
about that. I'm worried.
Yeah, I mean, there are things to dwell on, and yes, as a general rule, you don't send passwords in text, but unless you've got some encrypted system you'd like us to use with you specifically, I think it's okay on this one. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's get Beth's. Maybe I thought we were getting an email with information to get on the wait list. Yes.
Yeah, that was the one that the check your spam just in case.
That email went out, but we'll send it again. And maybe what we do, maybe we send an email out with why don't we do one, Brandon, maybe all of the episodes of This Week in Hypercycle, links to those episodes, and then the AI box link.
Let me look up Beth's email. I got to make sure she's on the list because I'm just going to double check right now. Hold on. I'll look
let's
it
see.
up.
John asks, the final HYPC node count after all 10 splits. 21 million. 21 million is Bitcoin, brother. John, 21
I think
million.
he's talking about
2.1 billion.
2.2 million? Because there's 2 million nodes.
No, listen. Here's the way you think about nodes. Each node starts with 1,024 tokens. After 10 splits, you have 1,024 single nodes. You're mixing some numbers. So yeah. And again, if you guys want the numbers, the numbers are right now, there are 2.147 billion total hypercycle tokens, minus whatever fractional loss, whatever. That means that there will be about 4,095 master nodes. Each master node has 512 licenses. That means there's about 2.1 million total nodes. That's when they're all out there. They're not all out there. There's been about 200, well, as far as I understood, there's about 270-ish master node licenses sold, but then you also have some corporate ones that are over at HyperPG and stuff like that. They shared a number of around 255 or 260,000 total nodes sold. So that's about more than 10% of the total nodes that will ever exist are already out there. So if you think about that, then it starts to make it more like, it seems like a commodity. Anyway,
all right.
Yeah, and and then all you have to do is, okay, if there's 260,000 nodes sold so far, then 260,000 times 1,024 is the total tokens that would be locked up pretty much this from the beginning of tilling when people marry tokens to their licenses or pledge their licenses. Because, by the way, I found out another little detail. Brandon, I bet you didn't know this. People will be able to pledge not only tokens, but also their licenses to HyperPG. Did you know that?
Well, only because you told me right before the show.
But did you know that?
But did you know that? But did you know that before you told me about that?
You didn't know it before the thing. Anyway,
I think
cool,
that's
right?
actually really cool because then if people have naked licenses without people driving in the cars, then they can go still put the car to work. That's perfect.
Bam.
Can we talk about Beth's click process?
Were the
that email that she
PDFs
didn't get?
Were the PDFs sent out? Yeah, you want to talk about Beth's thing? I mean,
Yeah,
I think maybe did you find it in the spam folder?
Oh no, it's not in the spam folder. She clicked the email. She opened it last night at 5:43 p.m. Eastern.
So the email she didn't get, she opened it?
Yeah, she opened it 11:02 p.m. Eastern. She clicked the link on one of the that same email at 10:05 Eastern this morning. Let's see what link she clicked.
Beth.
Oh, it was she went and watched the on Fetch video. The link to the Hyper PG is just above where you click the link to the staking video. So close.
So wait, just to clarify, the email she didn't get, she clicked on and watched video.
She opened it last night. She opened it this morning, and she clicked the link to watch the fetch video.
You've got ghosts, phantoms, phantasms, what's another, apparitions that are checking your email, and luckily for us, they're watching the videos. Dale asks, were the PDFs sent out yesterday to request Hyperbox? It's not
That's the one we're talking about. That's the one we're talking about. That's the one we're talking about with Beth. But guess what, guys? We love you, Beth. We love you. Very funny. Beth, she called. Yes, I missed when the email said click here. I didn't know what to click here because I put in bold letters click here, and then I hyperlinked the word here, and then later I said yes, click the actual word here, and it'll take you right. Anyway, it was. I thought very clear, but I could see how it would be confusing too at the same time.
Do we have a link at Digital Investor for people if they want to get a node sorry, not a node license, we do have that. If you want to click on the link for Hyper AI box, is that something on the
I'm gonna make that. So here's the deal, guys. I will put that right here today. I'll put the picture of the Hyper PG box, and you can click on that picture of the Hyper PG box. It'll take you right there. How about that? I'll do that.
We have a simple request.
Oh my goodness. Don't, Nick, I can't answer that right now.
The simple request?
I mean, we do send the email every day, but I mean, I'll let you answer it.
I mean, if we already send it, we already send it.
Ask Beth if we sent it last night.
We no, but I think this is the link. This is like with a link to the live shows.
Yeah. So, okay. So in that email, guess what? There's a link to the tech tip video. There's a link to the Hyper PG box, and there's a link to the live shows where you can go and watch them tomorrow. It says the live show is going to be live at 11. You go here. Hold on. Let me show you the screen. You go here and watch the live show. I'm sorry, guys. So here's the thing. The live show is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And what I've told a couple people to do, we do send an email like every day the day before. But you could also like set up like an alarm in your phone, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday alarm for 11 a.m. Eastern. Nick's going to be live in the Digital Investor dashboard or something.
Okay, that's enough housekeeping for now. Let's get past it. We get it. The ROI on the hyper boxes, no one knows yet because they're not plugged in yet. Everything's speculation until you plug those bad boys in, so we just don't know. Okay, Denny did not get an email. Okay, we'll get to it, but I think this is not the right time to get to those things. So we'll get it done. Well, we burn up a lot of time. Let's do 5 minutes of AI news. We burn up a lot of time. Let's go 5 minutes of AI news, then let's get behind the wall. We got to talk markets.
Hold on, I'm going to show Beth something right here.
We got to talk markets, and then we also have to talk about data. We got to talk about data, man. Bro Cephas. It's important. Okay, big data and what's going to sit behind a lot of these AI systems and where currency units could come. Let's see. Can funds from a self-directed IRA, ask your accountant. Ask your accountant. Wait, no. Not if it's held in an IRA because you couldn't marry it. You couldn't part private assets that are held. An IRA separates and segregates those assets from the rest. From like that's you can't hold. For instance, you don't have a MetaMask IRA. Your IRA funds are IRA funds. So, and unless you exit those from the IRA situation, you couldn't marry those to a license and post those into a pool because they can't leave the IRA. So there.
All right.
Yeah, you can move it to a wallet, but I don't think it's an IRA anymore. I don't know, man. I would talk to your accountant. That might be borderline sketchy. Yeah, I know you can physically move them. You're maybe missing the point. I don't know if legally you can do that and it still constitutes IRA funds. That's what I'm saying. I think you want to talk to oh my God. Yes, I know that you can physically have stuff in a wallet. That's we're not.
Let's lock it up. Let's lock it up.
We're not arguing that. What I'm trying to say is I don't know if legally you can do that. You need to talk to an accountant because you need to have someone to blame if you get it wrong. Because if you take funds that are supposed to be tax deferred or some tax incentive structure and they're in, see what I'm saying? So just be very careful, Pam. I don't want you to get in the audit cyclone, but just for clicking one button one time to get some yield and you get audited for the next 24 years of your life. Whew. And
Are you
Diana
ready? Are
is
you
not
ready
getting the
to
links.
talk portfolio? Wait, hold on. I got something. Wait,
What?
there's one more thing. We're going to
What?
talk about this. Oh man, besides this isn't this, but for DPC members, guess what? Dude, I got plane tickets. I'm flying out to Los Angeles. So we're going to go hang out. Anyway, we're going to do this.
Maybe we'll be able to do a live show. We'll go to a coffee shop.
Yeah, we will.
Or we'll just
Regardless.
set
Yeah,
them
we'll
up.
do something.
Yeah.
Just so
Anyway,
I'm flying out
okay.
to Los Angeles. We'll tell you about the dates here after we
Yeah,
go behind the wall.
Let's get
Let's
behind
lock
the
it up.
curtain. We'll do everything behind the curtain today. No more. Sorry, peeps.
No AI stuff today. We don't have time.
This week's 15 minutes of banter brought to you by nodemarket.io.
Oh crap! Here we go. Can I?
There's our app. Oh wait, it would be British.
I enjoy the crap out of Beth today. This has been fun.
Okay, we're off behind the wall. We'll see you soon. We don't got nothing else to say. We'll see you Monday for everyone else. For everyone else, we'll see you in like the other side of this next 12 seconds.